What's happening, everyone, and happy Friday. John Hendricks here coming at you with another episode of The Drive presented by Royal Honda on Boo Crew Media. It's Friday, as we said. It's the weekend. It's time to get excited. Football. We saw a lot of good stuff last night and Thursday night. College, high school, Friday, all that. And then another promising week of football. And obviously focusing in on the Saints. They are going to take on the Panthers on the road in Charlotte. Team's going to end up flying out of there afterwards to head to London, across the pond, if you will, and do their preparations for Minnesota for the week and such. But look, NFC South game. Let's start with the injury report. Alontae Taylor's not going to be in the lineup on Sunday. Dennis Allen saying after practice that knee injury, something he hurt on Thursday and will not play. Definitely been ruled out ahead of action. That's not a good sign when you see somebody get hurt necessarily in practice. And again, as far as his future outlook, Dennis Allen says we'll see. So hopefully it's nothing serious. Taylor was doing a great job against the Bucks in week 2, but obviously a little bit concerning not having him there because they're going to be short a little bit on corners right now with him out of the lineup. Takes a big special teams presence away. So maybe they use some of their practice squad elevations to get somebody else up. But, all focus goes on Paulson Adebo, who's questionable again today in limited participant of practice, especially with that ankle injury. So that's going to be something to pay attention to. Also worth looking into, Marcus May, Taysom Hill, both dealing with rib injuries. They're questionable as well. Limited basis. Again, all of these guys were limited, but, from all the observations at practice, didn't seem like they were doing too much. That's something to just kind of keep an eye on for sure. And then Jameis Winston, with officially a back and foot injury, is questionable. He'll play. Alvin Kamara, another one. He's got the rib injury. Rib has kind of been the big common theme this year, right? Questionable as well. So, again, 6 Saints are questionable. It's one of those things where you want to have all the guys there to be able to play. But, understand that some of these guys may not play. And, again, we'll have to see, on the encouraging injury front. Traquan Smith was a full go at practice. He's been dealing with the shoulder injury and such. So that's encouraging. He's a good run blocker, somebody that maybe can have some chemistry with Jameis Winston. So we'll see just kind of how those plays out. But, Christian McCaffrey for the Panthers is definitely going to play. There were some things where he, didn't practice first week, second week, kind of limited ankle injury, but had some stiffness that he was dealing with, but he's expected to play. So all in all, Saints, again, seeing everybody there with the exception of Taylor, about as good as you can hope for here. Ramchek's also limited, or he was limited today. He was a questionable coming in, but most of these guys should play. Curious to see what the standard elevations from the practice squad will be on Saturday. But look, this is a Saints team that absolutely needs to win a football game here. Again, they're 1-1, so it's not like you're pressing the panic button, but this is an NFC South game. These games count as double, right? And you just know that this team, after last week, the way things went down at Tampa, this offense is really looking to find their identity, if you will, and to turn things up another level. And then defensively, try to pick up where you left off. Christian McCaffrey is a very versatile weapon that the Panthers are going to use a lot during this game. And Dennis Allen kind of said it on Friday. It's not like you can just totally shut him down. You just try to isolate. And that's what the players have said all week. Just try to negate some of the big things that he can do, because it's just one step he can turn it on and get into the end zone, if you will. And so interesting test. Baker Mayfield, I expect to see a lot more pressure for the Saints on their defensive line. But look, this is kind of where things stand going into week 3 of the season. We'll be up there in Charlotte. So as always, keep tuned to Boot Crew Media. We've got plenty of stuff that's going to happen. Chris and I will have our pregame show. Don't forget to like, subscribe, turn on those notifications too when we go live, because we've got a lot of good stuff that we'll be talking about pregame. And as always, thanks to Royal Honda for producing today's show. I'm John Hendricks, signing out. That sounds about right. Signing out, whatever the case may be. Have a good weekend, guys. We'll talk at you Sunday.